Don't worry. I'm not about to hate. I'm really not. I'm not about to hate. Trust me. I'm not about to hate. What's up, YouTube? Your boy back once again with another sport topic in the day. We're going to talk some football. Houston Texans football. Today we're going to talk about quarterback Davis Mills. And will the Texans actually give him the keys to the franchise? Have the Texans actually turned over and gave him the keys to the franchise? We're going to talk about, we're going to break it down. Before we do that, like I've been telling you the last couple of videos, the goal is to reach 5K. 5,000 subscribers. Hey, y'all showing up and showing out. Y'all turning up. We are almost there, y'all. We are less than 50 away. We are almost to 5K. We are less than 50 away. But we got to get there first. Trust me, I'm doing a very special giveaway. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. You want to be a part of it. But the only way to be a part of it is get the chance to 5K. So know what you got to do. You got to like, share, subscribe, send it to your homeboy, your homegirl, your cousin, your next door neighbor, your kinfolk down the street, anybody who likes sports, anybody like YouTube content, anybody like sports YouTube content, your co-workers at work, whatever. Share it on all social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, if you still MySpace, whatever, any type of social platform you use, y'all share it on them platforms. Also, follow me on social media. The links in the description below. We're giving away 30 days free on Amazon Prime. If you sign up to Amazon Prime, you get 30 days free. The links in the description below. Let's get this channel to 5K. Like I said, y'all, we are almost there. We are less than 50 away. And trust me, y'all want to know what it is. We're probably going to reach it by the time this video drops. But, hey, we are almost there. We got to get it there. We got to get it to 5K because, trust me, I got a special giveaway. You don't want to miss it. You want to be a part of it. But we got to get the channel to 5K first. So, hey, like I said, y'all been doing your part. Y'all been showing up. But, hey, we almost there. We got to get there first. Now, let's talk about it. Because, like I was saying, have the Houston Texans officially given the keys to Davis Mills? Have they given the keys to the franchise? Davis Mills, second-year player. We all know he wasn't the first overall pick, wasn't the first-round pick, wasn't even a second-round pick. He's a third-round pick. He didn't start every game last year. He only had 11 games played. Is he, like, have they actually gave the keys over, especially since the DeShaun Watson trade? And to this video, yet the Cleveland Browns have yet to have a press conference. Very interesting, in my opinion. You know what I said the other day about the NFL not even announcing. Tyreek Hill gets traded, and the next day gets a press conference. Same thing with Matt Ryan. All these other guys have gotten traded after DeShaun, and he hasn't got a press conference. That's the conversation we're going to do. This video is not about DeShaun, but more so like now that DeShaun is out of the way, and now it's up to Davis Mills. Have the Texans actually given him the keys to the franchise? Are they going to build around him? I mean, like we've seen the whole him and the Pep connection, especially both of them being at Stanford and things like that. I told you how I feel about that. Like his offense is more predicated versus a big, strong arm quarterback versus somebody like David Mills who doesn't have a strong arm. But when I talk about the Deshaun Watson trade, they didn't take back Baker. They didn't take back Baker in the trade. They didn't go after Jameis Winston. They didn't go after nobody else. They're not going after Cousins. They're not going after anybody else. So, are they rolling with Davis Mills? Obviously, yes. You see the whole thing about Pep going to the Pep and Lovey. There was at Ohio State's pro day, and it was pictures of Pep Hamilton talking to C.J. Stroud. Don't blow that out of proportion. I think they were there for other reasons. They wasn't there to scout C.J. Stroud, even though because he was throwing the pro day for the receivers. But I mean, did they get an extra look at him? Well, yeah, they basically got a free look by looking at him because he's at the pro day. But I don't think they were there to intentionally coach. Intentionally scout C.J. Stroud. I think while they're there, they're gonna look some. So just in case it does come to that point where if they think that Dave Mills is not the guy mid-season, they could put more due diligence into C.J. Stroud, and they already have a leg up because they seen him live in person. But that wasn't the reason why they were there. They were probably there for the receivers. They're trying to figure out, do they want to take a receiver with that 13th pick in the draft? What else could they do? And there was just other scouts, like I said, Chris Olave and the other receiver. Like that. They were there for that. They weren't there for C.J. Stroud. Now, don't get me wrong. I do think they actually got a free scout of C.J. Stroud, but I don't think that was the reason why they were there. Because they're rolling with Davis Mills. And I've been saying that since the end of the season that Davis Mills has earned the right to be the quarterback next year. You don't have to go after Baker Mayfield. You don't need to do this. You don't need to do that. You don't need to draft a quarterback. Even though, I'm not going to lie, Matt Corral, I like the way the ball was released during this pro day. I know everybody was ranting and raving about Malik Willis's pro day, but I mean, I know he got a big arm. I wasn't really just all that impressed about his pro day. And like I said, Matt Corral did intrigue me, but I don't think the Texans should take a quarterback in this year's draft. I think they should wait. And like I said, Davis Mills. you gotta see what you have in Davis Mills. I know a lot of people out there, Davis Mills fans, the Davis Mills truthers and things like that. Y'all definitely y'all already gave the man a Hall of Fame, already made the man a All Pro, Pro Bowl or whatever. I'm a little bit more reserved. I need to see more. I need to see him do things more consistently. I have highly doubts because I don't think he's the guy. But I'm not here like I said, I'm not here to hate. I do think the Texans do need to put their foot forward and, like I said, and invest in him, and that's the issue because they're not investing. That's the reason why I don't think the Texans really. This is me personally. I don't think the Texans really have that much faith in Davis Mills as far as him being the guy because there's one or two things you do. If you believe somebody's the guy, or if you want to see if somebody's the guy, you go get him weapons. Because that's what they did in Denver with Drew Lock. They wasn't sure on Drew Lock. They already had Cortland Sutton. What they do, they went out there and draft Judy, and then backdoor draft KJ Hellman. They wanted to see if Drew Lock was the guy. Obviously, Drew Lock isn't the guy. They tried Teddy Bridgewater. Now you've seen they brought in Russell Wilson. You look at what Miami's doing with Tua. They drafted Waddle, already have Devontae Parker, and then they go out there and get Tyreek Hill. Now, I kind of joked in the Discord that if you're not part of Discord, y'all need to get part of South Sports Discord. They check out the boys on South Sports. Check my boys on South Sports. Man, you catch us every Tuesday on Fox26.com, Fox 26 app in Houston. Every Tuesday, 7 o'clock. The best, the original roundtable of Houston. Y'all got to check us out, South Sports. Shout out to everybody out there at South Sports. But like I was saying, the South Sports Discord, I joked, like I half-assed, joked about Davis Mills, like Mills to Hills, all 2022. I knew the Texans won in the market for Tyreek Hill. We could afford Tyreek Hill. One, we don't need to be giving up assets to go get Tyreek Hill, and we can't afford Tyreek Hill. So it was a half-assed joke. But what about Devontae Parker? Because now you have Now you have Tyreek Hill and you have Waddle. Do they really need Devontae Parker? Would they spare Devontae Parker? They might not be able to spare Devontae Parker or want to spare Devontae Parker, but you need to start bringing Davis Mills some weapons. The guy I think is actually perfect for Davis Mills is Jarvis Landry. I think that's the guy that's perfect for him because since Davis Mills doesn't have the biggest arm out there, I think he's a spot thrower, and because of the route running and the catch radius that Jarvis Landry has, you get Jarvis Landry to a spot, and Davis Mills can deliver the ball to him. And I think you can sell him that. And you can sell in Pep's offense, hey, we going to throw the ball 30 to 35, potentially 40 times a game. You're going to be the guy. You're going to get targeted, especially having somebody like Brad Cook's opposite side. I mean, I know you had Devontae Parker in Miami. I know you had Odell, but you never had nobody with this type of speed. I never mind. In Miami, he did have Kenny Stills. He did have Kenny Stills in Miami. But I think Brandon Cooks is actually faster than Kenny Stills, if I'm not mistaken. So he didn't have somebody as fast as Brandon Cooks because I think Brandon Cooks is faster than Kenny Stills. But you have somebody who can open up the field for you opposite. So you're not going to be homed in by other defenses because they're going to have somebody to make sure account for Brandon Cooks. So you can sell him on that. You can sell him on being the number one receiver. It's the state of Texas. No state of Texas. Now, if he's asking for a big bag, I can see you being a little bit more reserved and not want to spend said bag on Jarvis Landry. But you gotta get Davis Mills in. I mean, they ain't go out and get no tight ends. I mean, I know Njoku and Gesicki both got franchise, but Austin Hooper was out there. You didn't go after him. O.J. Howard was out there. You didn't go after him. If I'm not mistaken, I think Hunter Hurst is still out there. But you bring back Pharaoh Brown. Like, they not giving Davis Mills any weapons, and that's the thing, though. Like, have they really gave him the keys? Because they're not giving him no weapons. Now, who knows? Maybe if the Texans, if DeShaun would have accepted the Falcons deal, the rumors are that Kyle Pitts wasn't the deal. I kind of had my reservations about that before when the deal first was presented, but especially seeing what you got back from Cleveland, I don't see how they was in the position to demand Kyle Pitts from the Falcons, but couldn't demand no other player from Cleveland. That don't make no sense to me. So I doubt that Kyle Pitts actually was involved in the trade, but we just gonna say that Kyle Pitts was, or potentially he could have been the trade. So maybe that's the reason why they didn't want to go after the tight end because they thought that they can get Kyle Pitts in the trade. But you were banking on DeShaun making that decision of going to Atlanta because he could very well say, I want to go to Carolina, or very well said, I want to go to the Saints, and there was nothing you could do about it. So either way go, you still end up without Kyle Pitts. Go after, like I say, Austin Hooper. Go after Hayden Hurst. Go after OJ Howard. That's actually the person I really I wanted Njoku, but Njoku got franchise tag. But they could have really went after OJ Howard. But instead, you bring back Pharaoh Brown. Like, this is not going to help Davis. The same thing with the receivers. Like, you're not going after Jarvis Landry. You're not going after them to make a trade for Devontae Parker. Now, if it's contract issues and contract situations, I get that. I understand you don't want to tie no money up, especially for a team that's not winning right now. You're tanking. I understand that. I get that. But you want to get this kid some talent if you want to see exactly what he has. Because there's not going to be an excuse for Tua anymore. Like, they're going to know by the end of this year if Tua is the guy because all the receivers they got. They knew about Drew Lock last year or 2 years ago because the receivers they got. They found out about Dak. And they like, all right, cool. Dak is the guy. We get Dak some receivers. He out there throwing for the most yards, most passing yards in the first 4 games of the season before he gets hurt. We know that Dak is the guy. We know Joe Burrow is the guy. We getting them weapons. He's getting it done. Same thing with the Chargers. Already had their weapons. The Texans with DeShaun Watson already had Will Fuller and Hopkins, so that's kind of a different. Same thing with the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. They already had Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce when he got there. But these other guys, you see them going after they get now. I know the draft is coming. Who knows? Maybe they draft Chris Olave or the other receiver at Ohio State, Gary. Maybe that's the reason why they were at the Pro Day, because they want to draft a receiver with the 2nd overall pick. Maybe they'll draft Ball, the running back, with the 2nd round pick, because Marlon Mack, I know we brought him in the other day. You ain't signed him yet. You ain't signed Sonny Michel. You ain't signed Rashard Penny. These are just running backs I named earlier that was out there. Just some guys to help get some talent in. You basically brought back the same offense that you had last year, with Davis Mills only threw 16 touchdowns. So you can't sit up here and say that, oh man, look at the offense that Davis Mills in, look at the receiver, like weapons he got, and then bring back the same exact thing and expect him to ball. If you do want to see, if you actually want him to have a legitimate shot and see exactly what he has, you start putting some other talent in the building besides Brandon Cooks. I like Nico. I think Nico could be good. But right now, you're not going to get an accurate reading on Nico or Davis Mills by having both of them trying to learn to play together. You're not going to know about Nico, and you're not going to get a fair assessment about Nico or Davis Mills unless they both go out there ball. If they both go, like I say, if Nico goes out there, catches for over catches 80 to 100, 80 to 100 catches, 7, 8, 9 touchdowns or 10 touchdowns, and gets over 1,000 yards, and Davis Mills throws for over 4,000 yards, okay, then boom, yeah, you got your answer with both of them. But if they both have mediocre to bad stats, unless somebody's blatant obviously to blame, like Davis Mills out there throwing bad picks, or Nico's out there dropping wide open easy ass passes, you don't know who's at fault. Is it both? Did both of them not pan out? Or is Davis Mills hurt Nico? Or if Nico hurting Davis Mills, you're not having a fair assessment. But you'll know about Jarvis if you put those Jarvis Landry in the mix. You know about some of these other guys if you throw them in the mix. I know if you draft somebody that's supposed to be highly talented as a rookie, like somebody in the 1st and 2nd round, that's a little bit different because you're investing in them even though you don't know what they are per se, because the NFL is different than college. But at the very least, you put talent around them. You invested in them talent wise. Either invest in knowing who somebody is, like a pro right now, or invest in somebody's talent. You talking about 2, 3rd, and 4th round picks, trying to see if they can make themselves be the franchise quarterback and the franchise receiver in their 2nd year, when neither one of them is proving anything. And then you add in Chris Moore and Chris Conley. Like, Brandon Cooks led the team with 90 plus catches. Nico was 2nd with 30. And then with like the 20, it was just not a good receiving year. We all know this offense was not good last year. A lot of that, in my opinion, has something to do with Davis Mills, but a lot of it also had to do with a Tim Kelly offense and also offensive line issues, lack of a running game. It was the worst running game in franchise history. Don't even come to me with that. That was the worst running game I've ever seen for the Houston Texans. And then just piss poor mediocre second receiver threats outside of Brandon Cooks. Like I said, I like Brevin Jordan. I want to see more about it, but same thing. Are you going to really get a fair assessment with Brevin Jordan and Nico with Davis Mills throwing the ball and vice versa? Are you really gonna get a fair assessment with Davis Mills when his primary two of his primary targets is Brevin Jordan and Nico? You're not gonna really figure it out. Like I say, I think that Jarvis Landry is perfect for the type of quarterback that Davis Mills is, and the type of offense that Pep wants to run. Because I know Pep wants to throw downfield, but he also wants to throw in certain spots as well. Both of them will fit just together. Now, I don't know if Jarvis Landry signed him with last time I checked. He hasn't. That's somebody right there. I'll be interested in Devontae Parker. I don't know what you have to give up to get Devontae Parker. If Miami really wants to give up Devontae Parker, I think they should with all his speed. And you don't need Devontae Parker is not like when you have Waddle who called over 100 yards on the passes last year, and you have the type of person Tyreek Hill is with somebody like Devontae Parker. Oh, and you also got Gesicki as your tight end. With somebody like Devontae Parker, Devontae Parker not catching 50+ catches next year. I don't see it. I think Waddle and Tyreek they gonna get the bulk of it, and then Gesicki's gonna get the third. I think that best Devontae Parker is the fourth passing option. He's the fourth receiving option. Now you throw him here in Houston, he's automatically number 2 with Brandon Cooks and has the potential to take and more likely overtake Brandon Cooks. Same thing with Jarvis Landry. Jarvis Landry's already. I think Jarvis Landry he's automatically the number 1 receiver. And I'm not, and that's coming from somebody who's not really high on Jarvis Landry because I think he has great hands and has a good catch rate. I just don't think he's a playmaker. Like I'm just not he's a bona fide number 1 receiver. But he would be the number 1 receiver in Houston because I think he could overtake somebody like Brandon Cooks. I really do. And like I said, with this type of offense, like I said, Pep would like to be. He would like to throw the ball all over the yard, and I also think that the type of quarterback that Davis Mills is, he would prefer, and maybe it'll be more beneficial to him to actually throw to spots. That's something that Jarvis Landry can excel at. Is getting to a spot, turn his head, boom, ball right there. Boom, ball right there. Boom, ball right there. I think Davis Mills can get. Everybody tell me how quick Davis Mills get the ball out. Oh, he has a quicker release than DeShaun. He gets the ball out like that. So you give him a receiver like Jarvis Landry, then we could see that. He 1, 2, 3 step, boom. 1, 2, 3 step, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom. Type of situation. That way you have somebody consistently. You should have went after that O.J. Howard, who's a big body tight end that you can feed the ball in the red zone. Go out there and get some of these other tight ends and things like that. They're worth free, like an Austin Hooper. Even though I know he just went to Tennessee and Hayden Hurst. I don't know if he's out. I don't know if he's still free or not. But at the time, you could have got these guys. And like I said, what the Texans are showing me, they're not really showing me somebody who's trying to see what they find out in Davis Mills, because with the offense they've given so far, you're not going to find out much. And that might not even be an indictment on Davis Mills. It's more so an indictment on the way the offense is being constructed. I know we got Pep now calling plays and stuff like that, but it still has the same guys. So, like I said, to do a fair assessment on Davis Mills, he needs better talent around him, and vice versa. The talent around him, if you want to do a real fair investigation and scout on them to see if they really the guys, you're gonna need a better quarterback than Davis Mills as of right now, because these are rookies, second year guys, both trying to figure stuff out. I'm trying to figure out about the guy who's throwing the ball and the guy who's catching the ball. I'm trying to figure out about both of them at the same time, being how young they is. You're not going to get an accurate reading is all I'm saying. You're not going to get accurate unless they both blow it out the water. That's the only way you'd be like, okay, we good. Because both of them can be good, but they both holding each other back per se. We don't know the problem yet. That's why you need to put talent in the building so you know, yeah, he ain't really got it like that. Or, whoo! He got it like that. And the same thing, if you actually believe in the guy, you know he's your guy, like a Josh Allen. They know Josh Allen, what they got, what they went out there and do. They went out there and got Diggs. So the Texans need to go out there and get somebody to either one or two things, either know, go ahead claim that, hey, Davis Mills is the guy going forward. We believe in him. Or we want to see what Davis Mills do when we start getting talent around him. And who knows, we might be a year out because they might do this via the draft. They might try to spend this talent via the draft. So we might be just a couple months out or a year out, whatever, to find out something because we don't know what they'll do in the draft and the draft going forward. But like I said, to me personally, I don't see it. I think it's a lot of things that's holding him back physically from a physical standpoint. And I think it would basically come ahead once you start putting talent around to exactly see what he is, like see exactly what he has. So I want to see it. Because I do want to see what he has. Because he's here, like I said, you don't need to go draft a quarterback. You don't need to go sign a quarterback. You don't need to go trade for a quarterback. You have your guy here for at least this year. Let's see what he has. I'm not overly impressed, but who knows? Maybe he comes out this year and he's a whole nother guy. So we need to see exactly what type of guy he is. But to do that, you gotta give him some talent around him. You do. You just do. Like, subscribe if you haven't, comment below. If you haven't, click that bell, get more videos. I holla.